Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to learn how to knit this blanket, and it's called the diamond blanket. Actually it's upside down and I can't fit it all on camera. I will insert pictures, but I'm just going to talk you through the different stitches that we do in this blanket, and also I'm going to knit a little sample along with you so you see what the stitches are and how to work them. So as you can see here, I started with a seed stitch border, and I've done 4 rows of seed stitch and then 4 stitches worked at the end in seed stitch, and everything is going to be explained in the pattern. So please look in the description down below, and I will give you a link to where you can go and download the pattern. Also on the screen, click the I button and it will take you to my Ravelry where you can download the pattern. So I started with the seed stitch here. Then I've done a few rows of plain stockinette just to frame the diamonds in, so I don't go straight from seed stitch to the diamonds, and then started the diamond stitch, which is worked on a multiple of 10 plus 11, and it's a 16 row repeat. So from here to here there's 16 rows, and then start again and then start again and keep going like that. On both sides of the blanket I've knitted 5 stitches just in plain stockinette. This is what it looks on the back. So on the back you can see the seed stitch, you can see the reverse stockinette and the diamonds. So you could, I mean, it's not ugly on the back either, but it's nicer on the front. I have to say, if you look at it this way, somehow, I don't know, if you take this particular one for example, it looks more like a fish. I don't know. But this is called the Lacy diamond blanket, and I've knitted it in drops moss cat, and this is a white one. I finished all the yellow ones. This is a pink and this is a green, and this is 100% cotton by Drops. It has 100 meters, so for one blanket I used 1000 meters, 10 skeins of cotton. I do recommend that you knit baby blankets in cotton because they tend to put everything in their mouth, and you don't want them with wool fibers. I don't know, I just prefer to knit cotton blankets for babies better than wool, or obviously I wouldn't do acrylic. And this Drops, it's on sale on wool. Let's start it again. This Drops cotton or all Drops yarn is on sale on Wool Warehouse website all the month of May. So just go ahead and order yours. You need 10 of these for a blanket. And what else was I going to tell you about the blanket? It's quite big, I have to say. It's about 1 square meter, I think, if not bigger than that. Obviously you wash and block it and it stays nice and flat. It took me quite a while to to work because I couldn't take it with me on my journeys. It's too big to carry, and cotton is not the lightest of fabrics in in knitting, so I had to just knit it when I'm at home in bed, or watching a film or Netflix. The stitch is not hard to get. It's knits, purls, yarn overs, SSKs, knitted together, SKPs, and that's about it. And you will learn where you're at. I thought I would get mixed up at some point, but I haven't. I've never done any, I didn't get mixed up in the stitch, and you always know where you're at. I didn't need a row counter for it. So I have this like sample yarn that I'm going to use to show you. I have this one that I'm going to use to show you how to work, because I figured, you know, white would show good on camera. So I'm going to start with a cast on. So I'm going to do a slip knot, and this is how I hold my yarn. I twist and I pull, and it doesn't seem to want to focus as good. I have used my trusty circular needles by Knit Pro. These are the platinas, and I used a fairly long cable for it. They're very good for lace. They're quite sharp. They're not going to split your yarn, but I mean, it did split it a little bit, but just because I wasn't paying attention to my stitches. But yeah, these are the needles, and I use 4.5 to knit this blanket. I didn't want it to be too tight. I want it to be loose and drapey. So let's go ahead and do a cast on. Okay, so you do your cast on as many stitches as the pattern tells you, and then you want to work seed stitch, and that means knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, all the way to the end. Knit one, purl one, hang on, I wasn't focusing. Knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, all the way to the end. Row number 2. So second row and every other row you knit the purls. So the first stitch here is a purl. As you can see, it's got this this yarn going across, so I'm going to knit that stitch, and then I'm going to yarn forward and purl the next one. This is a purl, I'm going to knit it. Next one is a knit, because it's got a V under, I'm going to purl it. Once you're finished with the seed stitch, we're going to start the stockinette and place our markers, and I'm using 4 of my, I make these markers, 4 of my little markers. So I'm going to do 4 stitches of seed stitch, which means I'm gonna knit the purls and purl the knits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then I'm gonna place a marker like that. I'm gonna work 5 stitches in stockinette. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the border. Place another marker. And then how many? 21 stitches of stockinette, because we're going to do the bottom stockinette border. So 1, 2. Okay, so we need to have 4 stitches for our seed stitch, 5 stitches for our stockinette border, which means I'm going to place another marker here, knit 5, place another marker, and do the seed stitch border. So this is a knit stitch. As you can see, I'm going to purl it. Next one I'm going to knit, next one I'm going to purl, next one I'm going to knit. So now let me just show you how the blanket is going to look like. So this is the seed stitch border in 4 stitches, then I have stockinette border in 5 stitches. Then between these 2 markers we're going to have the lacy diamonds, and obviously I have here only 1 repeat of the lacy diamonds. You're going to have a lot more here, so a lot more stitches you're going to have in between these. Then 5 stitches for stockinette and 4 stitches for seed stitch. And now I'm going to work about 1 inch, or maybe, I don't know, let's see how many did I do on the blanket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of plain stockinette in between this marker and this marker. And remember, we're going to do the seed stitch border, and I'll meet you when we're ready to start the diamonds. All right, now we're ready to start the lacy diamonds, and I'm going to show you row by row how to work them. So let's start with our border, and I have here the seed stitch border, if it's going to focus. There we go. And this one is a purl, so I'm going to knit, purl, knit, purl. Okay, then I'm going to knit my 5 stitches, which are the stockinette border, and now I'm going to start the lacy diamonds. And I have here a small sample, so you're just going to repeat this as many times as the pattern tells you to. I'm going to start with knit 1, then I'm going to yarn over like this, then I'm going to do an SSK, so I'm going to slip 1, slip another one, thread my left needle through both of them and knit through the back loop. That's an SSK, so we decreased. Then I'm going to knit 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to try to put instructions down on the bottom of the video as well. Okay, now we're going to knit 2 together through the front loop, then I'm going to yarn over and start again, knit 1, yarn over, SSK. I'm going to repeat that sequence to the end. Knit 5, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1. For row number 2 of the lacy diamonds, as per usual, we start with the borders I should say. For the stockinette border, we're going to purl, okay, and then we're going to purl 3, so 1, 2, 3, then I'm going to knit 5, purl 3, and 2 more. So you start with a purl 3, then you're going to knit 5, purl 5, knit 5, purl 5, knit 5, purl 5, and then at the end you'll see, so knit 5, and purl 3 at the end. Slip your marker and do the lacy part. Okay, so we're gonna knit 2, then we're gonna yarn over, SSK, so slip, slip, needle through both of them and knit through the back loop, knit 3, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 3, yarn over, SSK, knit 3, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 2, slip your marker, we're gonna purl 4, then we're gonna knit 3, then we are going to purl 7, knit 3, purl 7, knit 3, purl 7, knit 3 until the end, and at the end you're gonna purl 4. For row number 5, we're gonna knit 3, yarn over, SSK, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, SSK, we continue doing this until the end, knit 1, knit 2 together, and then at the end we yarn forward and we knit 3. We are going to purl 5, then we're going to knit 1, purl 9, 2, 3, knit 1, purl 9, knit 1, purl 9, knit 1, continue like that until you get to the end where you're going to knit 1 and purl 5. Alright, in row number 7 we're going to do a different stitch. It's called SKP and I'm going to show you how to work it. It's going to be right at the top of this diamond here. Yeah, so we're going to start with knit 4, okay, then I'm going to yarn over, slip 1 stitch, knit the next 2 together, and take that stitch that I slipped and pass it over the 2 that I just knitted together, like that. Then I'm going to yarn over, I'm gonna knit 7, and repeat that decrease again. So yarn over, slip 1 stitch, knit the next 2 together, and pass that stitch over the 2 knitted ones. Then I'm going to yarn over, and obviously you will knit 7, then do the yarn over, SKP, yarn over, continue doing that until the end where we're gonna knit 4. So yarn over, knit 4. For row number 8 and last row from the sequence, row 16. So row 8 and row 16, we're just gonna purl all through the lacy stitches, and when we get to the yarn overs that look like this, we're just going to purl them like that. So we're kind of halfway through the lacy stitch, and I'll show you what it looks like so far. We've kind of done half of the diamond. Oh, wrong one. That's a knit, that's a purl, that's a knit. Okay, this is what it looks like so far. You can see half of the diamond, and then this is the bottom half of this diamond. Can you see? Let's move on to row 9. Okay. This is row 9. This is the top of our triangle, yeah? So we're gonna knit 3, then we're going to knit the next 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, SSK, slip, slip, knit through the back loop, okay? Then we're going to knit 5, knit the next 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, we're not focusing, okay, yarn over, SSK, knit 5, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, SSK, knit 5, and continue doing that until you get to the end where you're going to do your SSK, and we're going to end with knit 3. And the borders. My cable is twisted. We're going to start with knit 3, then I'm going to purl 5, knit 5, purl 5, knit 5, purl 5, all the way to the end until, I mean not all the way to, sorry, all the way to the last part where we're going to end up with knit 3, which is just half of the diamond. So after purl 5, we're going to have a knit 3 at the end. For row 11, we're going to knit 2, it's not focusing again, knit 2, then we're going to knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 3, yarn over SSK, knit 3, knit 2 together, repeating, repeat this until you get to the end. So I've done a knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 3, yarn over SSK, and then I end up with knit 2 here. Row 12, I'm going to knit 2, then I'm going to purl 7, knit 3, repeat this to the end, purl 7, knit 3, purl 7, knit 3, purl 7, and then at the end we're going to have a knit 2. Purl 7, and then we end up with knit 2. We're ready for row 13, which is knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 5, yarn over SSK, oh sorry, wasn't focusing, huh? Knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 5, and we're repeating this with yarn over, knit 5, yarn over SSK, knit 1, knit 2 together until we get to yarn over SSK and knit 1. For row 14, we're going to knit 1, then we're going to purl 9, six, 7, 8, 9, knit 1, purl 9 again, knit 1, purl 9, knit 1, purl 9, all the way to the end, where we're going to end up with a knit 1. Purl 9 and knit 1. And we're nearly done. 2 more rows to go. For row 15, we're going to start with a knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 7, okay, and we're going to do the SKP again. So yarn over, slip 1, knit 2 together, and pass the slip stitch over, yarn over, knit 7. I'm going to repeat that all the way to the end until we end up with a yarn over SSK. Slip and work our borders to the end, and the next row is just a plain purl row, and after that we're going to start at row number 1 again. But yeah, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to check the description for all the information with the wool, with the cotton, because it's not wool, the cotton I'm using, the needles I'm using, links to the pattern and everything that you need to know about this blanket. It will be there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.